The arrival of the Zarn fleet, the starless blackness of space, shimmered as the Zarn third battle group dropped out of hyperspace. Their ship's dark specks against the brilliant swirl of the Milky Way. Commander Krexjaw Tala sat in his command chair, all four eyes focused on the holographic projection hovering before him. It showed the blue and white orb called Earth, turning gently in its cradle of starlight. Krex let out a long, wheezing laugh, a sound that made even his veteran bridge crew uneasy. The humans, he thought, were about to learn what it meant to face the might of the Zarn Imperium. Alien arrogance, Lieutenant Vex Morda, read out sensor data. Primitive technology. Most weapons chemical, some nuclear. Space presence negligible. Maybe 24 interplanetary vessels, one orbital station. He sounded bored, and the bridge crew responded with their own cackling laughter. Krex rolled his shoulders. The mighty humans might throw rocks at us. I'll try not to faint in terror. More laughter followed. Plurno, the strategic officer, was less amused. Commander, analysis shows humans have never united as a species. Endless internal wars. They only recently stopped fighting each other to form a single world government. She paused, mandibles clacking. This isn't normal for a primitive world. Krex dismissed her with a wave. Internal division is a sign of weakness. We'll crush them just like we did the Proxima colony. The Zarn had crushed 100 worlds, each one easier than the last. Issuing the ultimatum protocol demanded it. Before any attack, the Imperium sent the standard ultimatum. Lieutenant Vex typed it up and transmitted it toward Earth. Submit to Zarn authority or face annihilation. 24 hours to respond. Krex smiled, already imagining the surrender. Place your bets, everyone. Will they beg for mercy or try something heroically stupid? His crew's laughter filled the bridge again. A world watches on Earth. In a command center hidden beneath the Australian desert, Admiral Jenna Parker received the ultimatum. She stood calm and collected, surrounded by screens showing the Zarn. Fleet hanging over her world. Her staff looked tense. Prepare transmission, she ordered. The video feed from the Zarn bridge flickered to life, showing a room full of alien faces, cold, arrogant, ready for war. Parker's voice was steady. Commander Krex Jawtala of the Zarn Imperium. I am Admiral Jenna Parker of the Earth Defense Force. We have received your ultimatum. Krex grinned. You accept our generous terms? Parker's lips barely moved. No, Earth will not surrender. The Zarn bridge went silent. Some officers gaped in disbelief. Others shook their heads. Krex forced a smile, but his eyes were cold. Admiral Parker, surely you realize what we are capable of. Your civilization will be destroyed if you resist. Parker didn't blink. Perhaps, but we must decline your offer. Krex cut the connection, trying to regain control. Prepare to target their cities. Let's show them the price of defiance. As Earth braced for the worst, no one on either side could have predicted what would happen next. Humanity's refusal and the moon awakens the Zarn. Fleet moved into attack position above Earth. Ships spread in a vast web. Sensors locked onto military and civilian targets. On the bridge of the flagship, officers murmured, would the humans really make them waste ammunition on a world so clearly doomed? Unseen preparations. Parker's calm refusal unsettled Krex more than he admitted. Prepare firing sequence, he ordered. But before the command could be given, Teloro's station chimed. Commander, significant energy spike detected on Earth's moon. What is it? Nuclear launch? Teloro shook her head. No, it's coming from under the lunar surface. Wait, there's some kind of structure. Commander, I'm seeing. Movement. The moon opens on every Zarn and Earth screen. The lunar surface seemed to ripple. A section hundreds of kilometers wide shimmered, then vanished. From the dark cavity, ships poured out first, a dozen, then hundreds, then thousands. They came in every size and shape, nimble fighters, sleek cruisers, massive carriers, all with gleaming hulls and strange configurations. Some bristled with weapons. Others seemed to glow with energy shields never before seen. Lieutenant Vex gasped. or 12,000 ships. And some have tech signatures we've never seen, alien designs, maybe even Zarn technology. Admiral Parker's returners. Defense grid lit up. Human and alien ships, flying in perfect formation, encircled the Zarn fleet. Comms crackled, Parker's face reappeared. Her background now showed a command center alive with activity, staffed by both humans and several non-human officers. Commander. Krex, you have met the Earth Defense Force, Parker said evenly. Allow me to introduce the Earth Liberation Fleet. Shock on the bridge Krex's mind reeled. Impossible. You are primitives. How did you build this? His voice cracked. Fury and fear mixing. Parker only smiled. Not all of those conquered. But your Imperium wanted to stay conquered. Some joined us. We shared knowledge, we planned together. While you watched us for weakness, we watched you for arrogance. Krex saw the tactical display. His fleet, once so mighty, was now surrounded, hopelessly outnumbered and outgunned. On Earth, cheers erupted in bunkers and cities. Hope returned where despair had been. The balance of power flips are in desperation. Krex clawed at the arms of his chair. Fire on the enemy, take down their carriers. But nothing happened. On every Zarn ship, weapons failed to respond. Warnings flashed, targeting system offline. Weapons locked. Commander, our systems aren't responding, shouted Lieutenant Vex. All commands are locked. Sabotage revealed. Parker's face appeared on every Zarn ship screen, a ghostly presence. Your systems have been compromised, Commander. We learned from your own cyber tactics. While your sensors watched our planet, we slipped into your code. Tolono checked the comms, desperate. Communications are jammed. We're isolated. A new reality on the flagship. Panic spread. Krex tried to send an emergency hyperspace call for reinforcements, but it bounced back, intercepted by the Liberation Fleet. The Zarn ships were dead in space, surrounded by an armada that was not only larger, but clearly superior in tactics and technology. Parker's voice was calm but cold. Commander Krex, you may still leave. Take your fleet and return to Zarn space. If you attack, we will respond decisively. The end of Zarn Arroganza Krex's crew looked to him. Drawn was their bravado. Their eyes were wide with terror. He hesitated, then slumped back in his chair, defeated. All ships retreat. Maximum speed. Do not engage, he croaked. Across the bridge, the humans and their allies watched the Zarn ships power up for hyperspace, one by one vanishing into the void. The Liberation Fleet remained, guardians of Earth and their new friends. The High Council in panic returned to Zarn Prime. The Zarn Fleet's return was met with horror. High Counselor Drez Versen demanded answers as Commander Krex stood before the council. Head bowed. You expect us to believe a backwater planet assembled a fleet to match our own armada? Drez hissed, colors flickering with anger. Krex recounted what he saw. Their ships came from the moon. They have alliances with species we conquered. They have hacked our technology. Rebellion spreads. Counselor Talhovish leaned forward. If word spreads, our colonies will rebel. We must strike back now. But the military advisors hesitated. The humans compromise our targeting systems. Our own ships may be at risk if we attack. How Earth built its fleet in a private chamber. Flashbacks revealed how Parker and her secret team gathered allies. They rescued refugees from the Zarn, learned their technology, built hidden shipyards beneath the lunar surface, and shared knowledge in secret for decades. Across the galaxy, word spread, Earth had drawn a new border. All species fleeing the Imperium's rule were welcome within human space. A warning echoes. On Zarn worlds, whispers grew louder. If humans could unite the conquered, maybe the Imperium's days were truly numbered. A new order in the galaxy. The birth of the Galactic Free Alliance, Earth's victory, changed everything. A new coalition, the Galactic Free Alliance, formed around the Earth Liberation Fleet. Formerly enslaved and exiled species joined, bringing ships, technology, and hope. Admiral Parker addressed the galaxy. We seek peace, not conquest. We ask only for respect, and we offer help to any world in need. Zarn Imperium in decline. As rebellion swept through Zarn space, commanders hesitated to fire on their own citizens. Some joined the Free Alliance, their loyalty shaken by what they'd seen above Earth. Krex, haunted by defeat, watched as his empire's grip weakened. For the first time, he understood fear not just for himself, but for what came next, a hopeful future on Earth. Children watched the Liberation Fleet cross the sky, their parents whispering stories of how courage and unity saved the world. Parker stood at the window of her command center, gazing up at the stars. "Never underestimate Earth," she said quietly, "and never mistake kindness for weakness." The galaxy would never be the same. Above a once-ignored blue planet, 12,000 ships stood ready, not just to defend Earth, but to guard a new hope for all.